So it's probably worth talking about this because this is like the huge criticism that they get from the Tesla community, and because Elon sort of set his foot down that like basically you have to do autonomy with camera only, with vision only, and he made this decision I want to say roughly 5, 6 years ago, where he basically took out the radar out of all Teslas, and they used to have radar, and he took them out, and he put his foot down that like we're gonna only do this using vision only. That decision was made by Elon prior to the entire sort of large driving model AI way of driving, which is like using the neural nets. It was rule-based driving. So if you had multiple sensors, multiple types of sensors, you could have conflicting information coming in from radar or LiDAR versus vision. And therefore, Elon's decision seemed pretty good at the time that like you cannot make a decision based on this conflicting information, and therefore we're going to do away with it. But since then, the approach has completely shifted to this neural net based way where you just put into the sensors, the cameras, radar, LiDAR, whatever you have, you put them all into the neural net. And the AI learns from how a human driver drives and in all of the conditions that it's sensing. And then based on how a human driver drives, it figures out what to do. And in that kind of an environment, it's quite possible that additional sensors, as long as you have the compute capability to be able to, take it in, additional sensors should be a helpful thing, not a hurtful thing. So one of the uh, things that they showed in the presentation is three visuals of camera only detection, camera with radar detection, and camera with radar and lidar detection, and like they were showing like what the system essentially sees and how it's making decisions. And you could see in the camera only system with low light, a person walking across the street would be like detected on and off every so often. And with radar, it was pretty consistently detected, and with lidar, it was like it was detecting things much further away. It was much more consistent. They were like there all the time. So it does appear like from a technical standpoint, I think Rivian's position that the addition of radar and lidar is going to be a helpful thing for autonomous driving is a better position to take than Tesla's camera only position. Now, Elon kind of has set his foot down because they also have millions of cars on the road that don't have these additional sensors, and they've already sold full self-driving. So they got to figure this thing out with cameras only. But it's quite possible that it's going to be much better and safer when you introduce radar and lidar as well. So I think that the long term, the Rivian model might actually end up being the better model.
It seems like
So
the path to least resistance. This was my favorite part of the presentation, specifically when they showed the camera input, the radar input, and the LiDAR input, and then
yes,
how the AI merges the three together into one visual that it understands. And
right.
and that, right, so they're showing exactly how it converts all these inputs so that it doesn't have those clashes that I know a lot of Tesla uh, investors are speculating Rivian will have.
And that's exactly right. The speculation on that has always been based on, well, if you get contradictory data, like what are you going to do? Well, it doesn't work like that anymore. This self-driving stuff is not if-then statements. you
Mhm.
know, it used to be a little bit of too much
Yeah.
if-then statements. They were trying to do all the edge cases by saying, if you see a bicycle, move to the left, right? Like, but now it's just like it's detecting all kinds of stuff. It slows down at bumps, at speed bumps, because that's just how humans drive, and they don't have to program those things in. It's just sensing it based on the cameras. Um, so yeah, I think the approach is pretty sound, and I think long term it'll prove out to be pretty solid.
And they're going to get ahead if Tesla does decide to move to LiDAR at some point, all of a sudden it's going to be flipped where Rivian has more training data on
That's right.
LiDAR, whereas Tesla has more training data on camera input. So
That's right. That's right. Um,